Topping today's news, Prime Minister Davis tells CARICOM and Latin American leaders the Haitian crisis is a risk for the entire region. Another boatload of illegal migrants arrived, this time on South Andros, and at least 4 murder suspects make their first appearance in court. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Jarino Saunders. This is your JCN Evening News. The crisis in Haiti is getting worse, but enhanced regional partnership can help to scale up capacity building for the local police and tackling people, gun, and drug trafficking. So says Prime Minister Philip Davis as he addressed the opening session of the 7th Summit of Heads of States and Governments of the Community of Latin America and the Caribbean States, or CELAC. Was in Argentina on Tuesday. As the chair of Caribbean Community and Common Markets, CARICOM, Prime Minister Davis says the worsening crisis in Haiti possesses a significant threat to the region.
The tragic situation there continues to pose a substantial threat not only to Haitians, but also to the Bahamas and neighboring countries, all of whom are experiencing a significant increase in irregular and often dangerous migration. With the support and leadership of Haiti, collectively, we can, through CELAC and other regional organizations, help Haitians to build a path out of their crises.
Since the assassination of Haiti's President Jovenel Moïse in 2021, thousands of Haitian nationals have attempted to flee the country in the wake of economic instability and violence. Prime Minister Davis acknowledges and commends Haitian-led efforts to hold elections before the end of this year, which he believes will arrest the threat to public security posed by violent gangs and relieve hunger, malnutrition, and some of the health concerns.
These Haiti-led solutions provide promising alternatives to the usual inclination to carry out activities in Haiti without Haitian direction, and a preference for investing in the strengthening of NGOs in Haiti as opposed to strengthening their public institutions.
In December of last year, calls were made by the United Nations for support to send an international force into Haiti to help restore law and order. Again, regional leaders are meeting in Argentina to discuss safety, security in the region, and climate change, along with the crisis in Haiti. Meanwhile, just this morning, the Bahamas Immigration Department released a statement confirming that on Tuesday evening they were notified that a vessel carrying unlawful migrants from Haiti ran aground in the area of the Bluff, South Andros. You're looking at video of the reported vessel recorded by a resident of South Andros. The statement said officers from the Royal Bahamas Police Force stationed in South Andros swiftly apprehended 26 people. They believe there were as many as 50 people on board that vessel. According to the statement, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force also joined in the search using aerial surveillance with teams from all law enforcement agencies assisting the Department of Immigration in carrying out a full search of the area in an effort to apprehend all undocumented individuals. Any migrants apprehended on Andros will be sent to Inagua for processing. In the meantime, the public is reminded that harboring of illegal migrants is a criminal offense. Additionally, anyone with information that can assist the Department of Immigration in its investigation can contact the police or immigration at their department numbers. 3 men believed to be responsible for contributing to the country's murder count faced a magistrate earlier this week. The men were charged for 3 separate killings. 18-year-old Deontay Bethel of Ford Avenue appeared before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt, charged with the January 17th murder of Robert Delancey. According to police, the 32-year-old was in front of his home in Shars Street, Redland Acres, when a gunman exited a black Suzuki Swift and shot him multiple times. Also arraigned on murder charges was 29-year-old Jeremiah Andrews with the January 6th murder of Tequil Pumpkin Tynes. It is alleged Andrews fatally shot Tynes outside a bar on Robinson Road, making him the 3rd murder victim of 2023. Both men were not required to enter a plea and were remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until they returned to court on April 4th for the presentation of a voluntary bill of indictment. Meanwhile, 21-year-old Alexander Sands appeared before Assistant Chief Magistrate Subasola Swain, charged with the murder of Lavar Ricardo Paul. Prosecutors say Sands of New Hope Drive shot Paul on July 10, 2022, and he died in hospital as a result of those injuries on December 17th. Sands was not required to enter a plea, and he returns to court on April 27th to receive a voluntary bill of indictment. Police detectives continue to place suspects before the courts, and in yet another murder arraignment today, the young man believed to be responsible for the death of another man has been arrested and charged. 19-year-old Martian Knowles of Tyler Street will spend his first night behind bars after being brought up on charges for causing the death of Ramado Hyler. This incident taking place back on July 4th, 2022. According to police, Hyler was heading east on Quarry Mission when he was approached by a lone gunman who fired several bullets, fatally killing the victim. The accused was not required to enter a plea, and it was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until April 15th, when he will return for a voluntary bill of indictment. In an update concerning plans for the new high to medium prison, Minister of National Security Wayne Monroe says plans are well on their way. Talks of a new prison have been ongoing since the Davis administration came into office, with Mr. Monroe on record stating that the new security facility will address long-standing issues of overcrowding and harsh living conditions.
The plans for the new high-medium prison are well advanced. There are drawings. We hope to present them out to the Cabinet within the very near future for the Cabinet's consideration and hopefully approval. We've seen the need for it. On the flip side of crime is once the police do get these folks who are very disordered to be going around doing these things, we have to correct their behavior because they will be released back to the public eventually.
As it relates to quality standards of the medical facilities in the new prison, Minister Monroe says the new section of the prison will have the facilities that will allow inmates needing medical attention to be treated on-site and no longer transported to hospital.
There is ample provision in the plans for the new high-medium prison. There's a plan for a hospital block to prevent inmates having to be transported down to PMH and the clinics for treatment, and basically making the new prison a self-sustaining and a self-sustained atmosphere where you can confine persons, treat them, re-educate them, and treat all of their physical ailments, all but very serious surgical interventions.
Thank you so much.
Just last week, in a joint operation with multiple law enforcement agencies, a large number of contraband, including cell phones, shanks, drugs, and Wi-Fi boxes, were confiscated from inmates at the prison. And finally, in this segment, the Department of Labor will officially launch Labor on Campus this coming Thursday. The event will take place from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Government High School. Minister of Labor and Immigration Keith Bell says this new initiative will prepare students for the workforce.
Where we are seeking now to ensure that our high school students, those in grades 10, 11, and 12, that we begin to prepare them for the workplace. And it's important that they acquire the skills. It is important that they know what is available and that they begin to create the mindset to ensure that they get those jobs, and we're offering the training through not just the Labor Department, but through also all of the agencies of government and the private sector, the National Training Agency, and all of the agencies of government.
Government High School is just the beginning of this initiative. As Minister Bell says, they intend to carry this out in every school across the country. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back after these commercials.